Today, we are going to create a fabric covered belt. So we are going to cover a belt buckle in fabric, and we're going to be using some belting that we're going to cover in fabric too. Now, making a covered belt is super simple, and it's great to make a matching belt with your custom made outfits. It kind of gives it a retro feel, which I love. Today, I'm going to be using a plain woven cotton with this really fun print on it. I think it'll be great for spring. We're also going to need a belt buckle that you can cover, some belting or thick interfacing. You're also going to need a little bit of fusible interfacing. You're going to need some pliers, and then I suggest some fabric glue as well. You could also use hot glue if you don't have any fabric tack, but I really love fabric tack. Highly suggest using it. The first thing we're going to do is cover the buckle. The buckle I'm using is from a buckle kit. So you have two pieces of buckle. You're going to have this piece of adhesive, and you're going to have a little hook. I will put a link down below where you can purchase these. The first thing we're going to do is cut out a piece of fabric a little bit bigger than this adhesive piece here. Now that I have this cut out, I am going to reinforce it with a piece of fusible interfacing just to make sure everything's nice and strong and it doesn't fray. Now that I have the fusible interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric, it's time to get the adhesive piece that came with it. And if it didn't come with this or it went bad, you could always use double-sided sticky tape or some glue. So mine is still sticky, so I'm gonna take the sticky side and place it right there. And now what we're going to do is cut out our fabric around the outside of this piece. It's essentially like a template. And then we're going to cut out these little sections in the middle, and then we're going to slice into all of these little slice marks that are already there. Now, if I take my buckle and place it on it, you can see that it's bigger in the buckle, and it's so that this fabric wraps around the buckle and inside the buckle. And I'm going to suggest when you're cutting this out, these little sections that are right here, I wouldn't even cut them out. Let's just slice it, because you want to have as much fabric as you can to make sure it wraps up over this little skinny piece in the middle. And if you don't have enough, you're going to see the silver and it's going to fray. So now I'm going to cut this out. Now I'm going to clip into all those little sections there. So we're going to clip into it, and then we can work our scissors into here. I'm not going to clip all the way through to them because I'm worried that it might be too much, and I want to make sure I'm leaving room to play with this. So now I have all of these little slits cut. Real quick, before we move on to the next step, this video is presented by Art Fabrics. Art Fabrics is an amazing fabric printing company that's based out of Canada. You can design a custom print on their website with their tools, or you can create one of your own and send it in. They have tons of fabric qualities to choose from. They have natural fabrics, a bunch of great synthetic fabrics. They even have vegan leathers. I'm super excited about these. And what I'm most excited about is this glitter performance fabric. It glitters and it stretches. Super cool. I've been having fabric printed at Art Fabrics for years, and I love the quality. So if you're looking to have fabric custom printed, definitely check them out. There's a link down below in the description. Now what we need to do is remove the second piece of paper, so that way we have that sticky back. And now what we need to do is position the buckle right over the center of it, where the bar is. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take the fabric and we're going to wrap it around the buckle from the outside in and from the inside out. And if you ever feel like it's too bulky, you have a thick fabric, you can just cut more away. And it's adhesive on the back, so that way it sticks to the buckle. It makes it easier for when we have to put this other piece into it. Now is where you would use the glue if your belt kit didn't have any sticky back, but mine does. Now we're going to take the fabric and we're going to start wrapping it around the buckle, pushing it up from the inside. Try to make sure you don't get any creases in your fabric. Make sure you try and keep it nice and smooth around the edges. So now I have it all pressed to the inside, and when we flip it out to the outside, we have a nice covered buckle here. So now what we want to do is get our other piece and snap it into the back. Now we're going to take our fabric covered buckle, we're going to flip it over to the back, and then we're going to take our other piece and we place it right on top. Essentially, it's like a little puzzle, and we're going to push it right in there. So just give it a really nice, good crimp, a nice clamp. If you're having a hard time, get your pliers out and just squeeze it. It's going to squeeze right together. Be careful you don't disfigure your belt buckle though. These aren't made out of the strongest material, so just be careful. So now our belt buckle is looking fantastic. Look at that, the back of it, the front of it. Now what we need to do is put on our little prong for the middle. So we're going to loop that around the middle, and then we have to close it up because it's too loose right now. So we're going to get our pliers and we're going to squeeze that so it's tighter around the middle section of the buckle. You just don't want to squeeze it too tight that it's not allowing it to move. And now we are going to squeeze this together. There we go. And now it's not going to fall off the center, and it's okay if it moves a little because we are going to stabilize it with our belting in a little bit. If you're enjoying Sew Anastasia, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you'd like to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out our online and in-person courses. There's links down below for everything. Now let's get back to this covered belt. Now we're going to cut out fabric for the belting. And if you don't have belting, you can buy some, or you can just use some really sturdy interfacing on your fabric. But next we need to figure out how wide is it and how long do you need it. So if you're using the belting or, making the belt, you just got to figure out how long you need it, plus an extension for your grommets or thread eyelets. And then you're also going to need an extra inch so that way we can wrap a section of it around the middle of the buckle. So figure out how long you need it, and then let's measure the width of the belting. Once you have your length figured out, you need to figure out your width. My belting is 1 inch wide, which means I need 2 inches to cover it front and back, plus seam allowance. I'm going to be using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I need to cut a rectangle 2.5 inches wide and the length of my belt plus an extra inch for finishing the ends. And when you're choosing the belting or the width of your belt, you have to make sure it's going to fit through your buckle. You don't want it really skinny, it's gonna look kind of silly. And obviously if it's wider than this little opening area here, it's just not going to fit in there. So be aware of the width of the inside of your buckle. So I have my fabric cut and it is longer than my belting. So now what I'm going to do is create a tube. So I'm going to fold it right sides together and create a 1/4 inch seam all the way up one side. And I'm also going to make sure that I close one end. So I have my fabric folded in half and I'm sewing up a 1/4 inch seam. Make sure you're back stitching. And don't forget to close up the end. Now that I have the tube sewn together, I'm going to clip the corners down here at the very end that I closed up. So I've closed that end up, and now I'm going to turn the tube right side out. Today I'm going to be using the tube turner to turn the tube, my favorite way ever. If you don't have one of these, you've got to check them out. I'll put a link down below in the description, but you could just use a pencil or some other method for turning your tube as well. So we're going to place that tube all the way to the bottom, and then we take our stick and we poke it in, and we just keep on pushing until we get to the end, and we pull it off. And then just like that, our tube is turned, so fast. And then while this is in there, we can use it to poke out our corners and then just take out your stick. So now that our tube is turned, it's looking really puffy. So we want to iron it. And I'm going to suggest that you put your seam at the side, and to get a nice crisp seam at the side, roll it in your fingers and that seam is going to pop right out to the edge. Now it's time to insert our belting into the tube. But before we do that, we're going to round off these pointed edges so that way they don't get caught in the fabric while we're inserting it in there. So just round out the edge a little bit and it's going to go in so much smoother. And now you're going to start at one end and you're going to push it through all the way to the bottom. I find that the trick to making this go through when you have a very precise tube is folding up your belting just a little bit, just enough to get the fabric to build up on it, scrunch it up. I like to hold the end with some pliers just so it's easier to hold, and then just pull the fabric down the belting, and then it's going to be nice and smooth. And just repeat this process. Kind of fold the belting up, make like a little curve in it, scrunch some of the fabric up, hold it with the pliers, and then pull the fabric down the belting. Because it's such a precise tube, this can be a little difficult to do sometimes, and if you are having absolutely no luck at getting it through, you might want to consider making your tube a little bigger. So now I have the belting in the tube and I've got some extra here. So I'm going to leave at least an extra like inch for now, but I'm just going to chop off the rest. Now I want the end of my belt to have a pointy triangle shape. So I'm going to just pop out a little bit of the belt and I'm going to cut that shape into it. You could have cut the shape into it beforehand. I just didn't. I just wanted to get it all into the tubing. So now I've got that belting out and I'm going to cut my triangle shape into it. Beautiful. So there's the triangle shape I'm going to have for the end of my belt. Now I can pull that tubing back over it. And now I'm going to basically cut some more of the fabric. I'm going to make it a shape of the triangle. We're going to go over to the sewing machine and we're going to edge stitch the entire belt. So I've tucked in all of my edges for the pointy belt. I am going to start here at the corner. I have my straight stitch on and I am using my 1/4 inch foot as well. It's got that nice little 1/8 of an inch spot in it, so I can get a nice clean edge stitch. You could also use a few different type of feet to help you with your alignment. Really up to you. I've back stitched and now I'm done with my edge stitch. Now that our belting is all sewn up, we need to put a buttonhole on the end where we have the rectangle because our buckle is going to go here and we need a spot for the little hook to go through the belting. So basically we need to be able to fit the belting around the loop and then it has to go around the back of this comfortably. So 3/4 of an inch is recommended, but it could probably be a 1/2 inch, an inch, etc. If you're unsure, you can always play with it on a scrap piece of fabric first. So 1 inch up, I'm going to put a mark and then I'm going to measure down 3/4 of an inch and put another mark. And then I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch in because my belting is 1 inch wide. And so there will be my buttonhole. So I'm going to go add the buttonhole to the belt. I've put my buttonhole foot on and now I'm going to be creating my buttonhole. As you can see, I've put the hook right through the buttonhole coming up and then down. And now we're going to take this piece in the back, flip it to the back, pull everything nice and flat. And then we're going to head over to the sewing machine and you can add a couple rows of stitching here or a box, whatever you like. So that way this area here stays nice and together. And if you like, you could also put 2 rivets right here. So I've put on my all-purpose zipper foot and moved my needle over so that way I can get close to where the buckle is. You don't want a ton of extra space in here. Make sure you are back stitching. You want this to be nice and strong. Now I have my belting attached together. So you can see that it's nice and attached and it's looking great. I ended up going with 1 row of stitching, but like I said, you could do 2 rows or you could make a box of stitching. Totally up to you. Now we do have one last step and that is putting some holes in the end of our belt. Now you can do this with grommets or you can do it with a thread eyelet. I'm going to be using a thread eyelet on the sewing machine today. Before we test out our eyelets, let's go ahead and position them on the belt. I'm going to start my first eyelet 3 inches in from the end. Now you can start it 2 inches. You just don't want to start them really close to the end because it just proportionally will look kind of silly. And then you can choose to put them every inch or 1.5 inches apart. I'm going to put mine 1.5 inches apart. And I think I'm going to add 3 of them, but I'm going to try this on and make sure that is the appropriate sizing for my waist. I measured and I'm going to be adding 1 more, 1.5 inches up. So I'm going to be adding 4 options for eyelets. And this could be because you want to wear it on your waist versus your hip. So totally up to you. So let's go test out an eyelet on the scrap here that I have first. So I'm going to put an eyelet right there. I have my thread eyelet selected on the machines. It's usually with your buttonhole on your machine. If you don't have a preset, you can still make one of these. There's going to be a workaround because all it's made out of essentially are zigzag stitches. So essentially you would be zigzagging in a circle. Now let's test out that eyelet. So I played with them a bit and I got 2 that I like that turned out well. So now I can add them to my belt. I have my eyelets there all sewn in. Now I'm going to use the belt hole punch to open them up, put a little hole in each one. If you don't have one of these, they're very inexpensive. I highly suggest grabbing one. I'll put a link in the description. Also, you could use an awl or some sort of other tool to just open it up. If you are using this, you just position it over the hole. Give it a good squeeze and you're going to have a gorgeous hole there. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of them. And just like that, we have a beautiful covered belt. Now there is one optional step left that you could do. You could put a little loop here. So that way the tail stays in the loop. Completely optional though, up to you. Here's the belt on. Look at how adorable this is. Wasn't it easy making a fabric covered buckle and belt? Now hopefully you can dive in and create them for all of your custom made looks. That way you're gonna look really put together. If you have any questions about making a fabric covered belt or buckle, leave it down below in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And there are different methods for doing this. So let us know what your favorite methods are down below in the comments as well. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure you like, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you know when all the new tutorials come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. These videos are for you guys. And if you want to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out the online and in-person courses here in Chicago. There's links down below for everything. And if you want to know what's going on in the studio, make sure you check out the Instagram. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!